What's up, y'all? Yo, that, that. I ain't saying anything today. Serious. Yeah, so every time you do some reaction videos, that's all. For everything. Just do that thing every. Just do.
and I'm the kind of dad that kids call a grumpy guy. It's not because I don't like to have fun, I'm just a very protective father. Normally, my wife tells me to relax a little, that the kids are growing up and being careful. But, especially in the new year, something inside me wakes up, and I feel like I have to keep an eye on them. I can understand that they think I'm crazy, maybe, like everyone else. I have some degree of insanity, but if you knew what my madness is about, as well as my family, you would understand me too. It all started more than 30 years ago. I have no siblings, so I was always very spoiled. My parents treated me very well, but I still had the fantasy of running away, of living an adventure on my own. I had a lot of energy and felt that my destiny could not be in a small town. Even though I was not even 12 years old, I had to live life to the fullest. My experiment came to a head on New Year's Eve. My whole family was partying while I was sleeping. That was the chance to escape. While everyone was in the dining room, I opened the window and without grabbing anything, I left. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. But I can't be a kid forever. I walked forward again, thinking about where to go. The first thing I needed to do was to get out of town and go into the wilderness. Luckily, we were surrounded by a forest, so it wouldn't be too difficult to find it. I walked a few blocks, but something in front of me prevented me from passing. A shadowy silhouette stood in the darkness. His eyes were blood red, and his huge figure was imposing. The figure came out of the shadows, and luckily it wasn't a monster, but by its face it could easily be one. Hey kid, what are you doing outside your house? The man looked nervous, but he had a huge smile on his face. All his clothes and face were covered with blood, but he didn't have any wounds. I know this was weird, but if I was going to run away, I had to be brave and not be afraid of anything. Or at least, that's what I thought when I was a kid. I'm running away. I've decided I want to live in nature. Oh, I see. And where are Mom and Dad? Are you deaf? They're at home. I ran away. How brave you are, child. As he spoke to me, I could see the drool coming out of his mouth, as if he couldn't wait to do something. Before I could answer him, his eyes popped out of their sockets, and he looked up at the sky. Desperate, he shouted violently. No! You won't take him away from me! You can't keep him! He's...
Wow.
He's just a child, for God's sake! Sir, are you all right? I won't let you take him away! Don't you see how brave he is? Ah! I wasn't going to witness another second of whatever that was. I ran as fast as I could. I didn't know who that man was, but he was going to hurt me for sure. As I ran, I heard two voices behind me, but they both came from the same person. Run faster! Get him! This was not the same voice as before. His tone was much thicker and full of anger. All right, but promise me you won't hurt him. I want his eyes to be the first thing I see when the new year starts. I was still far away, but the man with two voices was catching up with me. There was no way I was going to make it home in time. I turned quickly to miss him and went in the direction of the park. It was only a few minutes before New Year's. If I could hide long enough, people would come out of their houses to celebrate, and this man would not be able to catch me. I climbed up the stairs to the slide and hid inside it without going down. After a few seconds, I heard his voice again, walking around the park. Boy, relax, you can come out now. The bad man promised me he wouldn't kill you. He's not hungry anymore. I covered my mouth. If I made the slightest sound, he would surely find me. You don't believe me, do you? Trust me, the Batman only eats human flesh before the new year. But he just ate. He's satisfied. He said I could stay with you if I promised to take care of you. Isn't that great? You are mine, little lamb. No, get away!
Never went away from home. Oh, it didn't pop up.
The man quickly climbed up the slide, and before I could muster the strength to pull myself up, he grabbed my leg with his teeth and, like a dog, yanked me down. Already in front of me, he lunged towards my face, trembling. Suddenly, his expression changed again. No! You promised me you wouldn't eat him! It's mine! The man grabbed me with both arms and, lifting me up, started to run. I tried to bite him, scratch him, hit him, but nothing seemed to work. It was as if I was invulnerable to pain. After running a few blocks, he opened the trunk of his car with one hand. As I tried to throw myself into the trunk, I saw a family coming out of their house celebrating. It was already New Year's Eve. All the doors began to open, and the man started to get nervous. I had to take advantage of this opportunity. Help! I'm being kidnapped! My scream seemed to have scared the man, as he nervously let go of me as all the families turned to look at us. I had made it. I was escaping. Suddenly, my happiness was interrupted. It was the man again, grabbing me by the head with enormous force. You scared Jeffrey, you damn brat! With great force, he threw me into the back of the car and slammed it shut. I began to hear the screams of the families running in my direction, but when they were very close, the car started up. The screams were heard farther and farther away until they disappeared. After that, the only thing I remember is waking up in a cage in a basement. There was a smell of blood that made me sick. When the lights came on and my eyes adjusted, the scene I saw was a nightmare. There were dead bodies everywhere. Blood was everywhere. And in front of me, my captor approached me. Are you gonna kill me? No. How do you think I would do that? I've never killed anyone. Only the beast is the one who kills. But don't worry. You're my pet now. He won't do anything to you as long as you behave yourself. Now, eat a little. I have to go. I'll come down to play with you later. No, stop! Don't go away! Those were his last words. After that, the man left and I went back to the darkness. During the time I was there, I lived for almost 5 years in which I never left that basement. All I did was watch the man kill people at night with brutal force, tearing his victims apart with his bare hands. Women, children, old people, men. He made no distinctions. He just brought people in and killed them. During the day, his other personality would come down and play with me. He would throw papers at me, comb my hair, and tell me about his day. When I cried or didn't want to answer him, well, he would punish me. New Year's Eves were special. During the day, he would celebrate our birthday together by bringing me chocolate. He didn't need anything. He told me he wanted to save the beast's appetite for the night. When darkness came, he would bring a victim, as usual. Only that, in addition to killing it, he would devour it before the new year. The years continued to pass, until one day I heard loud gunshots